This is a very brief introduction to the VitalMonitor software. Start the software by double clicking on the red heart icon. Some file validation checking, and then this has been corrupted files, so we say yes, let it repair those files if they've been damaged, and then we get into the multi-patient window, which is now blank. I have a lightning monitor which is attached. I'm just going to turn it on, and then once that's on, data should start to appear on the screen. Okay, it's detected the unit. I'm just going to put the patient name in and click OK. Had I not put the patient name in and clicked OK, it would have just started on the same as normal and using the name anonymous. So we click OK. The purpose of this video is just to really get you up and running very quickly, not to show really the features. Now we've got data coming in. We can just wish to hide or show some of these traces. I'm going to just hide the blood pressure traces for now because I'm not using those. So we click on those and that hides the blood pressure trace. Now I have the other traces to show. I've got ECG at the top here, CO2 here, and pulse oximetry at the bottom. Very quickly I'm going to change the CO2 trace. I'm going to make that go a little bit slower. Don't worry if I appear to be going through this very fast. There's another video which shows a lot more of this in more detail. Then I'm going to change the color of this by going into the standard properties and changing the color. Just note that all the attributes of this are shown at the top here. That's the CO2. Had I right clicked and chosen standard properties in another trace, it would have given me those trace properties. So click finished. I'm going to save those to my preferred preset, which is my KS preset, and click OK. Now if I breathe into the unit, we get data appearing, and I've got my white trace and a much slower trace. I put my pulse ox probe on my finger. We should start to see data appear here as well. Note that the recording has already started automatically, and if I wish to stop it, I just got to click this button here. So only one other thing to show you, and then this is the very basics of using this software, is I'm just going to look at the chart data here, right click and put in my agent my vaporizer setting, which is now at 2%, and my fresh gas flow is currently at 3.5 litres a minute for the dog that I've got on there. I'm going to click OK. So there's a very simple concept and a very brief introduction. You simply start the software, turn on the lightning box, data comes in, it asks you for your patient name, which you can either put in if you have time. If you're in a hurry, click OK, and that data can be put in afterwards. Once we're into the screen, we can very quickly change the screen to the configuration for which is relevant for the parameters that we're actually recording. So if we don't have invasive blood pressure like we didn't, it's easy to take it off the screen. Add the chart data so we can have that as part of our anesthetic record chart, and as noted, the very first recording when we came in started recording automatically. Having successfully recorded during the procedure, at the end we'll click on stop, save all the files unless there's good reason to not. It'll save the files, and then it will create the anesthetic record report automatically for you. This little window will close on its own. You don't have to do anything, and then it's gone away, and then we're monitoring, but we're not recording. Next patient comes in, we would click start, put the patient name in and the owner's name if we had it, and we wanted to record it, click OK, and we'd start recording again, and you notice that this is now gone red. And that's the very essence of the software. There's a lot more detail that can be described and is described in other videos, but just to get you started, that's very simply how it's done. It's very quick and designed so that busy people can just use this software for every case without lots of unnecessary data input. Thanks for listening.